last time I filmed a video was when I was pregnant, and it's just been a whirlwind. My son is almost 4 months now. Oh, and he's crying. Okay, we'll see what happens. I reset the sound machine, I put his passy back in. His eyes were wide open. So sad, buddy. Okay, well, he did not want to go back to sleep, and that's okay. That's okay. So basically what I was saying was that, yeah, it's just been a whirlwind. We moved, we moved to a different state. My husband graduated from seminary. He got a new job, and just been becoming a mama and adapting to a new place, and it's been fun and exhausting all at the same time, right? Right? Are you gonna let me talk to them real quick? Are you? Big smiley buddy. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to talk about that I know for me, I've struggled with, is staying connected to the Lord in motherhood, or more specifically becoming a new mom. And I thought that I could share some things that I've implemented and also have strived to do, try to stay connected with the Lord as a new mom. It's hard. It's really hard. And it's hard in a way that I didn't think about it being hard. I thought it was going to be hard because I wouldn't have time, but I have time. I do. In the beginning, felt like I had a lot of time when he was sleeping a lot as a newborn. And now I feel like I have time as I'm adjusting, and he's becoming a little bit more on a schedule with naps and stuff. So I can, be strategic, but with him sleeping and just, it's really the sleep deprivation that really gets me. Yeah, I'm not a good napper, and it can be really hard to stay focused and to want to read when all you want to do is watch TV or read your book, or not even read. Sometimes it's just get out of the house because you just have to push yourself physically to keep going through the day and stay sane and get out of the house as a stay-at-home mom. And so here are some things that are practical and maybe tangible for some new moms to help stay connected to the Lord. All right, finding a good Bible study. So this has helped me. Before I gave birth, I would just study scripture. I was actually trying to read through the Bible in a year, and I was going through a plan, and sometimes that consisted of me reading a couple chapters at a time. I don't have the capacity or bandwidth for that. And so what's helped me is getting a good, step-by-step Bible study that's already written, and it's more than just a devotional. It has questions and prompts, but it's going through scriptures. And this one I'm particularly going through is called Walking with God in the Season of Motherhood, and it's an 11-a-week devotional Bible study. It's by Melissa Kruger. It's very good. It's of course focused towards moms, but also just can be broadly applied to anybody's life. So with that being said, I just do what I can. In the mornings, he will go down for about an hour and a half after he wakes up, and I will have my quiet time. Or sometimes if I'm feeling advantageous and feeling a little bit more awake, I will start it while I'm feeding him, while I'm nursing him. So that is one thing. It's split up by 5 different days into each week, and I still don't even complete one whole day. I just do what I can. And that's another thing, do what you can, because you're not going to be able to do what you thought you could or what you thought you used to. And the Lord sees your faithfulness and will meet you in your weakness. One of the things that I said I struggled with was just being too tired. If you don't even have the capacity for a whole Bible study, just take one verse and meditate on it. That does wonders for your walk with the Lord and for staying connected with him. He will do so much with so little that you can give him. And yeah, you just have to really fight that mindset. If it's not, I need to do this, this, and this to be a good mom, to be a good Christian, to be a good wife. Just give him what you can and strive to be faithful, and remember there's grace when you struggle doing that. Right? Another thing is to pray throughout the day. This is harder for me because it's easier when I wake up and I start my mornings with the Lord. I've, slowly started it, but it's not, hey, oh, do we need to take a break? It's hard when you're like, go. You're trying to get on to the next thing. You have chores, you have plans, and it's hard to just take a second and pray. And I've tried to do better about being okay with praying while I'm doing something, whether it's like praying while I'm in the kitchen, praying while I'm in the shower, praying while I'm folding laundry. And it takes a lot of discipline, especially because one second I'll be praying and the next second I'll be thinking about all the other things that I want or need to do. But just go back to the Lord in prayer, and God will bless those moments, and you are building those habits. And one day you're going to look back and think, oh, this is a lot easier than it used to be, right? Worship music is so big. It's probably one of the easier ones for me, and I have like a couple songs that I listen to on repeat, and that actually helps me listen to the words and dwell on them, compared to listening to different songs every day and not really understanding what I'm listening to. So yeah, just the Lord can meet you in his music, and whether it's music you listen to on a Sunday morning at church, or just music that helps you calm down and just rest. If it's even instrumental hymns is sometimes what I like to listen to when I just feel like my mind is busy. Putting that on, especially when I'm driving. Listening to podcasts when I'm driving, that's another good one. Sometimes I listen just to mom podcasts or entertaining podcasts, and then sometimes I listen to spiritual podcasts that really help focus on my mind on the Lord, even if it's just 5 minutes. Staying connected to community. Okay, that is another big one. When you are isolated, the enemy is going to be attacking your mind, your soul. Like, he will take advantage of you not having any accountability. And so church is the first, probably easiest kind of way to get into community, hopefully, wherever you are. Sunday mornings, go to church, even when it's hard, even when baby is napping. It's not the same watching online. Watching online is better than nothing, and there's grace for the times when you have to, but really strive to get plugged into your church. Meet up with other moms. When you're thinking of a friend, like, reach out to them, even if you haven't heard from them. I know I struggle with that. I know I have friends who are super faithful in reaching out to me, and I'm really thankful for that. And it just reminds me of how sweet community is, and they can help you by praying and sending you a good word. So the last two kind of big things to remember is just to remember that this is a season, and seasons come and go, and you may have one, like I have one, and it may get easier when he's older, and then Lord willing I'll have two, and then that will be hard again, or whatever it may be. And it's fun because our role and calling as a mom is to teach our children, and we do that by teaching, like, verbally, but also modeling. Like, that is such a big way to teach. And so just teaching him, babies and toddlers soak up so much more than you realize, and are watching much more than you realize. And remember that there is grace. There's so much grace in this season, in every season, because the Lord is gracious. And just take it day by day. Do the next right thing, and the Lord is with you. So I'm gonna feed him, and he says goodbye.